do it when I get my new phone. Mine be depressing, bro.
You know, we can do a podcast too. I want to get you on my podcast.
I have my new phone next week and we can go. I'd be excited to do things then. You know, my audio don't work like it's supposed to.
Peace, everybody. Let's talk paradigms a little bit today. I heard a dope story that greatly, I think, encapsulates what and defines a great analogy to what a paradigm is. Yeah, link in the bio, www.19keys for the crown. We're doing shipping today and tomorrow, so you get it Friday, depending on where you are in the world. International, take a few more days. But listen to this story that I was listening to earlier. And it's about what a paradigm is. And it's about how we view the world and how that shapes our beliefs and our experiences based on our values that we've been handed down. So it's a story of the young guy who, when he was born, the doctor put red lenses over his eye. And when the doctor put red lenses over his eye, you would have to imagine that this person doesn't see the world like everybody else. Now, to yourself, you would say, oh, this person sees everything as red. But to him, it was just him seeing life because he's never seen anything else. This is the only lens he's ever had to look out at the world from. And if you even tried to describe the color red to him, he wouldn't really know what you was talking about. That would be your reference thought. That would be the way you describe your paradigm and the way you view the world. But to him, it would just be reality. Colors would be different. And that analogy towards how we see things is the paradigms that we live in. And you have to think about, if you grew up in a household where there was 10 languages, then you would speak 10 languages because you would adapt that reference knowledge and it would be impregnated and imprinted upon who you are. You know, there are certain things within this paradigm that are useful that in other paradigms that weren't useful. Like, take the case in point, if you're a teacher and you tell a person not to be a class clown and, you know, get off your phone, and this was 5 years ago, in that paradigm, there was no value for someone who had that particular personality. And this one, there is some value because a person can take that and they can create a business off of it. They can have a whole business model. So a lot of the children that were bad yesterday, you know, and the people that told them they wasn't going to be anything, a lot of those good children are working for the bad ones. And that whole reference thought is for people to understand. Look, we almost hit a car. That whole reference thought for people to understand the shifting paradigm and the shifting times and the lenses that we look at life and how they shape our experience and our values and how they can limit us and give us an inability to move forward and adapt to updating times consistently and continuously. So when you talk about shifting or changing a paradigm, what you need to do for your own life is, for one, have a self-evaluation based on how you were taught. Now, yes, you love certain things. You have a religion, you have a way of life, you have a way you speak, a way you think, all because of how you grew up. There are certain things that's consistent in our lives. The things that are consistent, that are core to who we are, the things that we can't change, regardless of how much things that we get. Those are certain things we can't change. Everything else we configure based on our upbringing. We are indoctrinated based on our parents and our environments and things of that nature. So when you think about the things that you can change, you have to ask yourself, if I tweak these and change these a little bit, will it improve and update me to becoming a better person, a better human being? Will I be more successful? Will I have more control over life? How would the scope of how I view myself and view the world change? Now, the fact that I'm a black man, right? I can't change that. I'm a man. I can't change that. Those are things that I can't change about myself. You know, my language that I speak, I can change that. The way I view the world, I can change that. A person's way of life, their religion, their beliefs, values, I can change all of those things that I want to, and would also change my experience to reality. So you have to update yourself and ask yourself, is this the greatest version of myself based on me having the greatest superior programming of thinking? Do I have the superior lens of paradigm that I view the world from? And is it shaping my experience to have the best outcome possible in life? And I know each one of us have to be truthful with ourselves, and you're going to get to this answer and you're going to say, no, there are things that I can add on better. Your interpretation of religion is not even as great as a scholastic understanding of religion, or your pastors or your preachers. So you even know that the things that you believe only based off your level of understanding or interpretation. So if you are not in your greatest form, then you need to have your mind open to continuous shifting the paradigm until you get to the one where you're satisfied. And the key about that is you should never get to a destination. It should always be a journey. To the day you die, you should continue shifting the paradigm, because every day things change, which means every day you have to update yourself. You're not a phone. You're much greater than your phone. You know, people comparing themselves to phones just as a reference thought, but you are much greater. Some people walk into an office building when they get a job and they look at how everybody else do their job, and then they say, you know what, this is how I'm going to do my job, instead of walking into that office saying, I see everybody doing their job, but that don't mean that these people know what the hell they even doing. Why would you take on their way of doing things? Instead, you can be original. You can shake things up. You can come with your own way. You can create the shift. You can be the shift, be the change, be the example for a new way, a new pattern. If you're not adding to, if you walk into a room and nothing changes, then you have no value in that room, because you added nothing to it. But if I walk into a room, there's no room on the planet Earth, there's no car, there's no stranger, there's no person that I'm ever speak to. And they can get this energy from any other person on the planet. If they're going to get a different type of energy, they ain't going to get Keys energy. Nah. When I walk in the room, I change it 100%. They're not going to see these star and crescents. They're not going to hear a person articulate themselves with a particular vernacular that's based upon the experience of knowledge that gives me the confidence to speak truthfully at all times. That's not what you're going to get. So if your paradigm is not in the most original fashion molded to where you add value to everything around you, if you're not having that Midas touch where everything turns into gold, then you need to change your pattern. Change the way you think, which will change your behavior, which will change your life, which will change your reality. When you think in a business pattern, a business paradigm, you learn how to capitalize off things in business. You learn how to see things as business, and business is the activity of life, is adding value. So when you see things to add value to you, and you seek things to add value, then you learn how to think in that pattern the same way someone more successful than you is thinking. Then you adapt new languages as far as economics and entrepreneurship. Then you become innovative. Then you can take the same tools that someone next to you that's more creative is using, and you can use it in the same manner. But if you don't update yourself, because some people are living in 2007 when they first said they wanted to do something. Some people are living in last year. But things are shifting and changing so much because the culture is in this millennial woke phase. And awareness is both positive and dangerous. Because the thing about awareness is when you become aware to more things, you are now more suggestible to more ideas. Now certain things don't even bother you the same way as they used to. Where it used to take corporations or governments or people who had agendas to where it was certain things they could not introduce in certain decades. In the 60s, there were certain bills and legislations they wouldn't even talk to the people about because those people would turn into terrorists and bomb a damn building. In the 70s, they had to keep waiting till the generation and the paradigm changed. But today, because people are always, everybody consider themselves to know so much and have all this awareness and consciousness that we accept more than ever. So the agenda is easier to push.
It's our new way.
So now, you don't have to wait till a new decade. You just have to wait till tomorrow. They can throw everything all at you at once. And the person will be like, well, it's 2018, except what the hell does that mean? We are just in another time. Wrong is wrong in any era. Right is right in any era. Weird is weird. Crazy is crazy. All of it. Schizophrenia, regardless if it's in 3018, is still schizophrenia. That's how it works. So when you want to become a paradigm shifter, ask yourself, what value do you have? Evaluate yourself from a scale. Yes, there are certain things about myself I can't change. But There are things about yourself that are molded based on how you grew up, your environment, your indoctrination, your church, your minister, your teachers, your preachers, whoever the hell else.
Bro, what is a paradigm? A lot of people don't know what a paradigm is.
I'm not even going to tell them. I want them to look it up. If you smart enough to listen to this live and hear that word uttered 1,000 times and you don't have the ability to go Google and look that word up to learn it for yourself, then that means you need to shift your paradigm.
This is our way of doing Dream Keys this Wednesday.
There's no way I'm about to tell you what I've done it before.
Since we sitting together.
I had a whole video, and when we did the lecture, we got the speech on Black on Demand to where you can watch a 4-hour speech where we breaking down paradigms and we breaking down patterns and we breaking down examples. And paradynamia is a word you can look up, which is a Greek word, which means example, which means sample.
So what part of the paradigm are you shifting right now in your life?
I am in a phase to where I'm in reprogramming myself. Every so often, I go through a phase where I need to add new knowledge because I have either mastered what I had previously learned, and I get to this point in life to where I feel like I know something. And whenever I feel like I know something, it's dangerous for me because then that means I'm full of myself.
How does one shift a paradigm if they don't believe in themselves?
The first step is asking you, who are you? Most people don't know who they are. Most people don't ask themselves, who am I? Most people don't start with that question. You know what you do for a living, but that's not you. You know your name. Your name is just 2 words that was given to you by your parents. That's not you. You know your body, but you say my body. That's not you. Who is this interior character, this interior voice that is you? How do you define that for self? And then what you speak on the inside, how can you make that determine what is on the outside? So if my brain is negative as hell on the inside, so is my reality. If I huff and puff and get mad, then that means that I'm reacting to reality in the wrong way because of the stimuli in reality that I'm going in a manner where it's friction instead of flow. Anytime you are in friction instead of flow, then your mind is not tapped into the meditative state of life. Because in reality, you're supposed to go with friction, you're supposed to go with flow. But most people can't control themselves, which gives them an inability to control their reality. So the first thing you need to figure out is, who are you? And you should ask yourself that question every day, and you should answer it every day. It's not something you go find, it's something you realize. You don't find yourself. Quit letting people tell you go to college to find yourself. It's the stupidest thing. There's no organization and no institution where myself is at. I'm here. And once I realize who I am, it's just not everybody likes who they are present day. So they say I'm going to find myself because I don't like myself right now. No, realize who you are and then add on to that person who you are and become a better version of who you are. And then when you get to that place, that's when you can be proud of who you are. So tap in. That's what I got for y'all today. Shifting the paradigm, change your lens of reality so you can see things differently. If you see things negative, then that's all the things you will find. If you see things from business, then that's what you will see when you look at a picture. When you see things from an opportunistic standpoint, then every time you look at something, you see opportunity because you are seeking opportunity. That's what your vision is there for.
You got to give them Dream Keys a different way today because we're sitting in the same car, so we cannot really officially give it to them like we normally give it to them. So we have to go live, together, and we cannot bring them amongst each other because the echo will take full effect. But I'm gonna keep mine short, sweet, and to the point. My definition of a paradigm shifter is the people that's sitting here looking at us on this live. It's only so much stuff that you can consume, so much information you can consume.
Can I pull in here and drop you off in this parking lot right here? I'm supposed to get mixed up on Welshire.
Huh?
Is that the place over there?
So, it's this building right here according to the map.
Oh, no, we're not from here, bro.
I just moved here a month ago myself. I'm still learning everything.
We patient, man. You breathe a little bit. It's all good.
Or you gotta pick somebody else up or something?
Nah, I'm just for what's convenient, because I don't like stopping in front of all the cars and everything.
Well, back to this paradigm shifting. Hey,
So
this what paradigm shifting is. Y'all go do whatever he said, man. Speak your dream into existence.
yeah, listen, change your view. Tell your parents thank you for having me, but your thoughts and my thoughts are different. Encourage those who have different ways of doing things to do things their way, to add value. Each individual on this planet Earth is different. Our fingerprints are different. Our DNA is different. AGTC. My DNA ain't the same as yours. The way I look at that, AGTC is Allah, God, the Creator. And then I break down Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. So we got God, body fully. But y'all ain't even hear that though. So I, me, myself, you make reference to say, oh, I know somebody like you, but you don't know me. You'll never meet anybody like me, and every person should have that same confidence. You'll never meet a Keys. You will never meet a you. Now, I've never been a carbon copy of anyone else in my life. There's nobody that I want to be. There's nobody that I'm going to repeat that. Because I know some of y'all be like, why you look? No, there's nobody I want to be. They are them. They have manifested their purpose and became their being. They have become great people. I don't want to be them. Thank God for great individuals. Thank God for greatness.
Let's go, man.
But the only person I ever wanted to be was me. That's why I swam here
Pop the trunk,
to the egg and made it into reality, into the light. And we got the melanin hour right now. So where we tapped in. You know, sometimes when you're negative, you don't want to hear positive things because it seems too hard for you to grasp onto. So when you're around people and you speaking positivity and they're in a negative state, they're going to have friction. It's going to feel like it feels bad for them to even listen to you. It hurts them to listen to you. It's painful for them to listen to you because they can't take that. They have an inability to take on a new paradigm. A paradigm paralysis is an inability to take on a new way of thinking, a new program of thinking. So if you're trying to teach your friends and your family and co-workers something about being woke or conscious or positive, they have a paralysis within their mind. They have an inability to take on a new pattern of thinking. So I want you to empathize with them because not everybody has the mind you have that seeks knowledge to unlock yourself. And that's why you tapped into the keys. I appreciate y'all though. I love y'all. I might go live again later because there's a few things I want to cover, but tap into the Keys Academy. The link is in my bio when you go to it. It's a pre-registration for the Shifters University, and we're going to be dropping exclusive content there and going into the curriculum of the Paradigm Shifters, which is going to be a full university. Wow, it looks so beautiful in here. I like this place. I used to work in a place like this. Stiff necks who think they got something but don't. It's terrible. Listen, I love y'all. Peace out.